Hello and welcome back to LOWBORN. Oh, it's been a while, hasn't it? Yes, it's been a very long time indeed, and I do apologize for that. Sometimes there are other things that catch my eye, and I just want to play those things, and I don't have enough time to record absolutely every single thing, and yeah, well, you know, that it happens. Sorry about that. Anyway, we're back with LOWBORN here. We're going to see how we're doing, because it's been a while. It's been so long that I actually have no idea what I was even doing, but I am reminded by the fact that Botania is basically on the back foot here, so it's going to be very, very difficult for us to really make anything happen, but we'll see what we can do. Obviously, we're going to make peace. Going to make peace with the Crusade here, because otherwise we're going to have some pretty big, annoying issues dealing with them all the way across the map. And indeed, yeah, the one thing that I attempted to do just now was to besiege Veron Castle. Unfortunately, it is impossible to do that with a massive army of Vlandians roaming around, attempting to slaughter everyone in their path. So, yeah, it's a bit of an issue. However, what we can try to do is just basically waste their time, right? That's what we want to do. We just want to try to waste their time as much as possible. This guy went in here once again. Okay. Let's see if we can... I don't know where they went. That's the problem. I'm now in a... Oh, dear. I'm now in a situation where I think that we're going to get murdered. Yes, we might get murdered. Well, hopefully not. They have 2,600 troops, by the way, in that army. And I do not want to see that. Remtoil Castle has been captured, and your clan is eligible to be a candidate. Would you like to submit your clan for consideration? I would, actually, yes, I would, but, I don't really want to. No. That's a funny thing. On the one hand, I do, but on the other hand, I don't. Now, the reasoning behind this is because of noble troops. I don't have the ability to recruit noble troops that easily, because I don't have access to a castle. But if I have access to a castle like I have through here, then I would be able to recruit noble troops. However, I am still going to decline it because I don't really have the opportunity to do so. I don't really have the ability to do so at the moment. So, just to give you a reminder, this is what our character looks like right now. He is an intelligence-based, just beast of a man. And yeah, I am actually really proud to see that past me actually did a relatively decent job at getting a character somewhat nicely fitted out. So let's just say that, because, you know, it's me. Sometimes I don't really do a particularly good job with certain characters. Ooh, nice. We got a spear. We got a nice little one-handed sword. Might be able to make that work really well here. I have huge amounts of archers. And yeah, we're gonna slap them. We're gonna slap them across the face with our archers. We're gonna caress them deadly. Oh, look at that damage! That's with a one-handed, by the way. That was with a one-handed that I just did that damage. Insane, absolutely insane. Okay, very much looking forward to. Whew, look at that! Yes, that is what we want. Okay, can I get more of that? I don't know. But, yeah, it has just reminded me how fun this character actually is. Because, let's face it, you know, the enemy has loads of HP, by the way. I don't know whether you noticed that, but they do. Because the thing is, as far as I'm aware, we have a mod. I know. Haha. Take a drink. Yes, take a drink. I basically single-handedly solved the drinking problem in the world by not playing this. But yes, anyway, we are going to be hopefully facing some very worthy adversaries, because obviously, speaking of that, the enemy obviously has significant amounts of HP, because they probably have medical skill. Yes, they probably have medicine skill up the wazoo, and that has definitely made a difference to the enemy's survivability. Obviously, I don't know whether it matters, because you can see here we're absolutely murdering all of them. Let me just tell my cavalry to charge in here. I did 183 damage right there and did not kill that guy. I think that just goes to show that even if I'm inflicting massive damage, it does not matter, because sometimes these guys just have overwhelming amounts of HP. And yeah, that just, you know, kind of shows that we need to be a little bit careful, you know. Even these random vassals that we're fighting right here, they're still dangerous. They can still be extremely, extremely dangerous. Okay, so I'm just going to speed things up a little bit. And there we have it. All right, so nicely done. I don't really care too much about the renown or the influence or anything like that at the moment. All I do really care about is taking people prisoner. That is generally what we are doing at the moment. All right, not going to take any of these prisoners either, because we've got so many people already. Ah, hello. That is a masterwork Manavlion, which is actually slightly good and something that I think I might end up using, despite the fact that I am, well, I'm currently using a thing that I made, but I'm actually going to use the masterwork Manavlion because clearly it is much better than what I made myself, which is actually hilarious, considering I put so much effort into the smithing. But I suppose, yeah, you know, it's just too good to say no to, in my opinion. Oh, there we go. We got some new gear unlocked. Very nice. These guys apparently want to attack us. Little bit weird, gotta say. A little bit weird. I'm not entirely sure if I really agree about that, but yeah, okay. Fine. What we're going to do now, however, is we're going to go over to our troops. Because, as you can see, our Bear-tailed House champions are almost maxed out. And if we can max them out, we can eventually then get them to tier 4. And then we can level up our Bear-tailed House Guards to tier 4. And as you can see, look at the amount of experience that our Bear-tailed House Guards currently have. I'm actually really, really surprised that the Bear-tailed House Guards are doing better than the Bear-tailed House champions. I mean, you'd think, considering the fact that they are using literal noble bows and stacked bodkin arrows and these crazy two-handed swords and amazing armor and all this wonderful stuff, you'd think they'd be able to just absolutely slaughter every single thing in sight. But no. They apparently don't. Yes, for some reason. I don't know why that is, but it's probably due to some kind of legal dispute. Who knows? Maybe. Oh, hello. Okay, yeah. So this is exactly who I was talking about beforehand. This guy is extremely annoying. And so what we could do is actually we could try to destroy the walls. As you can see, the wall is basically almost done. So let's just see what happens. Maybe, yeah, no, that's not going to work. Yeah, we're going to have to leave, unfortunately. I really did not want to do that. Okay, what we could do though is we could possibly fight these guys. The question is, what do they have? They have mostly recruits. They do have some levy crossbowmen and things like that. So we should have a pretty, well, maybe simple time? I am unsure. I guess we'll see what happens. Let's go. Beaumont is too far away to help you, sir. Yes. Ah, there we go. See, now this is exactly what I'm talking about. The AI is very, very good when it comes to ganging up on us. Very, oh, that's very fiendish. Okay, so they have 809. We have 337. Yeah, not gonna be particularly good. But we could try out our very nice, very wonderful new weapon, and let's see what happens. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so yeah, we're pretty outnumbered here. We're pretty outnumbered. This is gonna be kind of harsh, isn't it? Yeah, this is going to be kind of harsh. I'm not sure how we're going to do this really, but we're gonna give it a go. We're gonna give it a go. I mean, I have a significant amount of archers, so technically archers have the highest potential for good ratios in regards to, you know, killing enemies and, you know, so on. Let's just see if I can. Yeah. Okay. Good. First kill to us. Nice. Okay. Now we do have to be a little bit careful here because these guys do have polearms. Nice. Yes. Actually, this is a... Oh, I always forget how good the Bannerlord actually is as a weapon. I would maybe say that maybe it's my favorite. Is it my favorite weapon in the game? That's kind of a big thing for me to say that, because there are so many really, really good choices. But from my perspective right now, I'm feeling like this is insanely good. I mean, just look at how good it actually is. And also, you can use it in sieges. You can use it in sieges. You can use it as a, an infantry weapon. You can use it pretty much every single day of the week. You don't have to swap it out for any particular reason. And that just makes it such a versatile weapon. It's so good. Wow, we're absolutely slaughtering the opponent right now. This is great. Okay, let's just tell these guys to hold position and spread out a little bit. Oh, it's such a satisfying weapon to use. It really is. It does so much damage, and yet I'm not really... I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's difficult to use, you know what I mean? I think that's the really nice mark of a great weapon, because generally you're not going to have to be super, exceptional with your timing or anything like that. You don't really need to worry about it too much. You can kind of just let it rip as much as possible, and it will just get kills. Obviously, we do have a slash-through mod at the moment. We do have a mod that allows us to do that, so that's the reason why we're able to get many hits in a row. But even if I were only getting one hit every single time, that's a kill. Every single time, that's a kill. And I think that really makes a huge difference. Let's tell everyone to charge. Let's try to push the advantage here, because so far the enemy has only eliminated 37 of us, which is hilarious if you think about it. Literally 37. Come on now. And let's be a little bit careful here. Could actually end up dying if we're not careful. Okay, no. Let's get out of here. Okay, be very careful. Be very, very careful. Just need to be aware of the fact that I can die very easily if we are just reckless and we don't realize what kind of position we're in. And the most problematic thing right now is that the enemy is scattered. They're quite heavily scattered throughout the battlefield, which is not exactly great, because that means that I'm now going to be having issues doing big damage. Thankfully, our archers are coming closer to the main front area now, the front lines. So I'm gonna basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna move my infantry and okay. Oh, apparently I've only got those people. Okay. I don't have any infantry remaining. Okay, that's quite funny. I actually thought I did still. And it feels to me like this is in the bag. We have suffered 70 casualties, unfortunately, but we do, remember, have 370 troops. So it's very, very unlikely that the opponent is going to be able to do too much to us, especially considering the fact that I believe, what are we actually losing right now? How many did we lose of which kind of characters? It doesn't feel like we've lost anything from anything super badly. We have 110 Battanian Fian champions on the field as we speak. That is pretty crazy. 110 Battanian Fians. I am pretty sure we're going to be okay. You know, we're going to be fine. Considering the fact that we have the highest tier noble troops available to us right now on the field, and we have 110 of them, that is a critical mass, if ever I saw one. This is not too bad. And I believe they might actually be retreating right now. I'm not entirely sure if we can push home the advantage here. If we can, this is going to be great. I'd love to be able to do that, because that's my favorite thing to do, you know, causing a retreat of some kind. Don't really want to get myself killed if I can help it either. But I think we should be okay. Yeah, I think we should be okay. And we're... Yep, there you go. They actually ended up retreating. That's fantastic. Absolutely love that. All right. So now, because they have retreated, we can take every single one of them prisoner, which is exactly what we wanted to do. Massive amount. Really? Really? Not a massive amount? Just 3? Really? Okay. I actually thought that... I really thought that there were many more than that, but apparently not. Okay, so let's just get a bunch of prisoners. Obviously, this doesn't really matter to us because we're getting a significant amount of morale from the previous fight as it is. So nothing to worry about there. And indeed, we can now move on and take a look. What is this? Your Empire troops ask if they can take charge of the burial of the Empire in the enemy's ranks, declaring that they feel a duty to their kin, even if they fought in a bad cause. Okay, so refuse knowing that separate rituals will breed suspicion among the different cultures in your ranks, or grant their request, as there is no shame in honoring a valiant foe. Right, sure, yeah, we'll do that, despite the fact that morale is going to reduce by 10, but I don't think it will. And there you go, new gear unlocked, very nice. Okay, luxury scale armor. Okay, that might be kind of cool. Anyway, let's take a look at our troops now, because we may in fact have the ability to finally... No, we don't. Okay. Never mind, never mind. I was thinking that I would finally have the opportunity to level up our guys. As you can see, max out this retinue skills before you can rank up. Alright. So, High King Calradog's over there. He's running around with 976. That is not enough. High Chieftain Araduia is also running around with 585. That's also not enough. So, yeah, I don't know how we're really going to do this, but we will try our best. I think we're going to go far away. I think that is going to be the... That's going to be the play here. Marriage offer. Ah. Yeah, that's kind of... No. No, that's a little bit too much of an age gap for my liking, but, you know. To each their own, I suppose. But yes, anyway. Let's just actually see if I've placed any money in the bank in Sargot. I actually do need to save, just in case. You never know. This particular mod list does not suffer from too many crashes, but I'm just doing it just in case. I want to be a little bit careful with that. Okay, open an account. Okay, well, I don't really want to do that. I have way too much money as it is, I believe, in pretty much every single bank known to man at the moment. Okay, let's see what they're doing. I have a bad feeling they're going to get themselves massacred. Is that just me? I don't know. But we're going to go over to Jacquelin right here, and we're going to see if we can take it. I'm going to have to do a little bit of something here. So a little bit of jiggery-pokery with the siege, potentially. We'll see how it goes, though, because what we've got to do is potentially starve them out. Oh, never mind. Nope. Nope. Not in a million years. I'm sorry, friends. I won't ever be able to take this, not unless I call for an army. That's going to be difficult in itself. Maybe we can take this castle instead. That's also... Oh, so many people. I mean, I could use sabotage tactics. I think I should probably do that, to be honest. I think I'm probably going to need to spend a little bit of time. No, I don't want that castle. Yeah, I think I might have to spend a little bit of time schmoozing the bandits. Schmoozing some bandits, getting some saboteurs and so on and so forth trained up in one of the bandit hideouts, and then utilizing them in sieges to reduce the overall combat strength of the enemy's garrison. That's going to be the only thing that I can really do here, in my opinion. I think that's going to be the key. I think that will probably be the key to pretty much all of our woes at the moment. Let's try and see if my trebuchet can do a good job here. Come on now. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes, 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 yes. Keep killing that. Keep killing that. That is exactly what we want. Very nice. That's going to die in just a second. There we go. Nice. There we go. We've still got 2 out. Very good. Oh, no. We're losing another one. Oh, so sad. So sad. Okay. Yeah, a bit of a problem here. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to have to get rid of these 2 trebuchets, and we're just going to have to deal with this sally out in just a second. They will be sallying out in just a moment. Almost 100% certain on that, which is going to be a little bit problematic for us, but we're going to try our best to deal with it. As long as... Oh, Count Thomond. Count Thomond. Why? Why are you here, sir? Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is a bit of a problem, isn't it? Yeah, this is a bit of a problem. Okay, so what we're going to do... We're going to leave. Come on. Oh, I really... Oh, that's annoying. That is significantly annoying. I was thinking to myself, yes, I can attack all these guys and get them all into a battle at the same time. But no. And we are now having Zeonica get under siege. That is one of my towns. So I'm going to actually make my way over there. See if I can make it there in time, shall we? Ah, now what do we have here? Apparently we are... Oh, we're granted the title of High Chieftain again. Alright, oh, that's pretty fun. Alright, I like that. Thanks very much. Okay, yeah, so High Chieftain obviously does provide us with a small amount of benefits. I'm actually surprised... Wait a minute. Are we at the maximum amount of money that I can actually have right now? I think we might actually be at the maximum amount of money, because I have not seen this go up in quite some time. I think we have 385 million. And I don't think that is increasing any further. At least that could be... I think that could be the case. Anyway, I tried to get to Zeonica. Obviously, that apparently that didn't make any difference, because they stopped. I don't know. They stopped the siege. they went somewhere else. I have no idea. Maybe their cohesion ran out or whatever. But yeah, it basically just stopped the siege, and I was like, okay, well, I'll just go somewhere else then. And so we are now going to attempt to win this battle. If we can win this battle, this is going to be a no-brainer siege. It's going to be super, super easy for us. But if we lose this battle, obviously we're going to get taken prisoner, and everything's going to be sad and very bad. So I'm not sure how we're going to do here, but we'll try our best. We do have 96 bowmen. I'd like, ideally, my champions, my bear-tilled champions, to get a little bit of experience, because if they do, we're going to be able to level them up, and hopefully then we can finally get our house guards to tier 4. Because the funny thing is, we're being gate kept slightly by those guys. We're being bottlenecked. It's absolutely awful. And yeah, we're gonna have to, wow, we're gonna have to do so much damage to all these enemies right here. There's way too many vanguards. Why do they have so many vanguards? Okay, let's tell tell these guys to charge in, tell these guys to charge in, tell these guys to go into a loose formation. This is gonna be extremely dangerous for us, unless we can just bog them down in, I don't know, all kinds of problems, I guess. I mean, we're kind of doing that right now. They don't seem to be, you know, they're not able to really charge that easily. So that's kind of nice, right? I think that's pretty good. But the problem is, if that is enough. Alright, I'm actually calling it there, to be honest. I'm actually calling it there. I think this is a victory. I think we have already achieved victory, despite the fact that we've only eliminated 152 of the enemy's forces. I think that the fact that their first initial charge has failed, I think that's pretty much it. I think that's all you really need to know about this. And I think all we need to do now is actually just get our forces a little bit closer to these enemies right here. Oh wow, yeah, this is yeah, this might be a bit of a problem actually for us right now. These enemies are quite damaging from ranged, so we might have an issue here. Am I gonna die? I might actually end up dying here. This could be bad. If I die, I feel like we are probably gonna end up losing. So I need to try to maintain our HP as best as possible. They do have a bunch of Botanian Fians as well. Not a big fan of that. I would like to try and eliminate those as much as possible, because if we let them stay alive, they will probably end up doing quite a lot of damage. But the problem is, it's not really a case of letting them. It's more a case of them just surviving, because they are good units. They are very, very good units. So they're pretty easy to kill, but obviously they are highly damaging, very offensive. Okay, we're going to charge our archers in now, just in case they do need to do so. Maybe they've used all their ammunition, because I don't want them to just stand there and just get themselves absolutely destroyed from the ranged troops, because obviously ranged troops, they have a lot more of them. They're going to be able to probably out-ammo us, as it were. I could potentially run away here and then maybe come back in, but we are... You know what? Let's move my forces back here. Gonna move my forces back here. We may suffer some casualties as a result of my retreat order here, but I think this is probably going to be... This is probably going to be, like, the thing that we need to do. I think this is pretty much perfect. This is a great way to do this, because what we're essentially doing right now is drawing the opponent into a slaughter box. Because look at what's happening here. Every single one of my new troops has full ammunition. And they're running straight on into that, and they have no shields. So, well, very few shields. So it should be pretty easy, or at least hopefully kind of easy. Let's tell the rest of our people to charge in here. Oh, it looks like this might be a retreat, actually. As you can see, they're running off to the side. That usually indicates some kind of retreat. And the music is kind of coming in there as well. A little bit of retreat-ish music. So we might be seeing that sometime soon. And I'm just going to speed things up for the rest of it. I believe that is indeed it. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. Yep, very nice. Okay, that is indeed a victory for us. And that has completely and utterly eliminated the entirety of the enemy's garrison. Or it should have. It should have. And we get a little bit more renown there, and loads of money. Loads of money. That's 300,000, actually. 300,000 right there. And we can now take 2 of them prisoner. Pretty nice. And yeah, we are... Oh, look at that. I think I might have just leveled up my clan tier. I might have leveled up my clan tier. I'm not entirely sure, but let's just take a quick look at some of these, because the Banner Knights are coming with us. Thank you very much. You're coming with us, sunshine. And we're going to get these guys as well, the Britannian Fian Champions. Despite the fact that I am over encumbered with prisoners, I think these guys are going to be able to hopefully do something in just a second. As in, like, they might be able to... Yeah, look at that. We were able to capture it. Really, really nice. Not going to do that. There we go. We're not going to claim it or anything like that. But we are just going to wait here for some time just to get those things. Get the prisoners... A little bit more capacity for the prisoners. Thank you very much. So, yeah, hopefully that's going to help us out quite nicely here. Okay, so we'll go with, I don't even know what, endurance, I suppose. Endurance, there we go. That is very nice for our new child right there, or a grandchild as it might be. I think it is actually our grandchild. Yeah, granddaughter. Yeah, they're all grandchildren. That's hilarious, because our children are all grown up. That is amazing. Wow. Imagine that. Imagine that. Okay, so yeah, there you go. We did manage to take 1 castle. Can you believe it? Yeah. Yeah. I think what we're going to do now is, as I said to you, we're going to go off screen, or I'm going to go off screen. I'm going to try to convert as many people as possible at this hideout specifically. Going to try to convert them or train them into saboteurs. And once we have done that, we'll come back, and I'll hopefully have about 50, maybe 100 of them. I don't know whether I want to go really, really hardcore on that or not. But yes, if I can get as many of those guys as possible, we should have an absolutely amazing time, you know, sabotaging various fiefs, making sure that they have as little chance as possible in the defense. And so, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.